Of course, at home things are pretty quiet this afternoon, but as you know, we are still very much focused on the tropics as there's a number of features out there right now and possibly at least two more to come within the next week. This is a look at the big picture, and I wanted to start with what we don't have to worry about here, just to put it out of your mind and not even have to worry about it at all. This area shaded in red, though, is likely the next soon to become tropical depression or tropical storm, and it may even happen as early as this evening. So if you hear about a new tropical depression forming or tropical storm Leslie, don't worry about it because it's this feature here that is literally just off the west coast of Africa. As you can see, just ahead of that area to watch is tropical storm Kirk, and as you know, Kirk is forecast to become a very big hurricane, expected right now to become a Category 3, but at least this go round, it still looks like the steering currents are going to work in our favor, along with everybody else's favor, by pushing the storm more to the north long before it gets too close to the Caribbean and way before it gets close to Florida. So we'll keep watching it should something change for some reason, but as of right now, there's no reason at all to believe that tropical storm and soon to become big hurricane Kirk would have anything to do with our local weather forecast. With that in mind, the last feature that we have to watch is obviously the one we have to watch the most, as inside that area painted in orange is where we're likely to see any kind of tropical development here locally within the next 10 days. It's important to stress a few things. We're talking gradual development. There still is no organized area of low pressure right now, so it's very difficult for the forecast models to get a grasp of what the starting line with this particular scenario is going to be. I will mention, though, that the data we do have available to us, at least the trend over the past 24 hours, suggests likely a fairly slow-moving system, and that means it would likely be weaker, but also provide parts of the Gulf Coast with a lot more rain. Typically, the faster a system moves, the less rain you end up with. So a look at some of these different forecast models does show, again, lowering of pressures in the Gulf of Mexico, and this is a look at what the European forecast model is suggesting by early Sunday. Something else I wanted to add and throw into the conversation here is even though you see these isobars or lines of equal pressure getting tighter, that doesn't necessarily mean a huge and formidable system. I mean, this is what it would look like if you were looking at a weather map, but some perspective is to bring into the conversation the concept of intensity and lower pressure. With storm systems, the lower the pressure, the worse the storm is. So like Hurricane Helene, for instance, had a atmospheric pressure, 938 millibars when it was making landfall. That forecast model I showed you just a moment ago is much, much weaker. The pressure is up around 1,006 millibars. So that is not showing you a giant hurricane, but instead is showing a much weaker system at this point in time. So again, because we don't have an organized area of low pressure for forecast models to latch onto, we still have a number of question marks, but things are looking not quite as worrisome, I guess, now as compared to about a week ago, given the time frame and given the intensity that some of these forecast models are suggesting. I'm running real late on time here, so let me do a quick radar tour for you, show you how the showers and thunderstorms that we have in our region are migrating inland to the east of Interstate 75. So it looks like over the course of the next 5-6 hours, what showers and thunderstorms we do see will favor points along into the east of the interstate boundary. Pretty similar outlook for us on Wednesday, not all too much in the way of rain during the first half of the day. Once the sea breeze moves in, though, widest coverage of showers and thunderstorms favors points along into the east of Interstate 75. In the 7-day forecast, though, because we may have a system in the Gulf of Mexico, and especially if it's a slow-moving system, it looks like we'll have to beef up our rain opportunities starting this weekend and then extending into early next week. So at least right now, not exactly eyeing up a giant wind threat, but certainly could be looking at rainier weather in our area in the extended forecast outlook. Christy, back to you.